This video was produced by the Trading Academy, and it's a video, part of a series of videos where we'll teach you how to use your Diro Compact software. In the previous video, we showed you how to log in and how to log out. Now it's time to start building our layout, what we want the screen to look like, everything we want on it. So let's see what we're going to do in this video. We're going to work with the watch list. So we'll explain to you a little bit why you need a watch list. What do you do with it? Then we'll show you how to open a watch list. We'll show you how to rename a watch list. And we're going to add some more. We're going to add a couple of watch lists. I'll show you how to close a watch list in the case that you don't need it, and how to open an existing watch list. And then we're going to just open an account viewer. This is where you can see your account balance and details on. We're going to open an orders watch list. It's where you put your open orders on that hasn't been filled in the market yet. And then we'll open a positions watch list. This is once you placed an order and the order has been filled and you're in a trade, you can monitor it on this positions watch list. And then in the end, we're going to save a layout. So let's start off by explaining to you why you need a watch list. Now on the stock market, there's roughly about 500 companies. Now it's an impossibility to monitor them all. So every trader has his own favorite companies that he believes that he likes. So you too will select your own 20 or 30 or 40 odd companies that you want to put in one place so you can manage them easily and monitor them quickly. Now that one place is a watch list. We're going to put them on there, and then it's easy to find. You don't have to search through 500 companies. So let's start off. Let's open a watch list. So to do that, we go to the top left hand corner of your screen and we click on components, and there we see a watch list, and we go watch list. Now we're new to Diro now, so there's no watch list that we've created before, so we're going to have to start off by creating a new one. So let's go new, and let's call this one practice. And you're going to do a lot of this during the Dynamics of Day Trading program, but let's call it practice. And there we've created our first watch list. If you look on the left hand corner, it says watch list, and the name of this watch list is practice. At the top there is the tab. If I right click on it, I can rename that tab, and we call it practice, seeing that we are on the practice watch list. And we go OK, and now that too says practice. Now I've got two options to open more watch lists. I can either open another watch list on top of this one, or I can add a new tab there with a new watch list. So let's do both of them, and we start off by putting a watch list on top of this watch list. So how we do that is we go back to components, back to watch list, and now we have to say we need a new one. And let's call this one practice 2. And we hit OK. And now it's asking us something here. It says, what do we want to do with this new watch list? We want to put it on top of this one, or do we want to have a new tab there? If we want it on top here, we need to say yes, we want it on top. If we don't want it on top here, we'll say no, and it's going to add it as a new tab at the top there. So let's say yes, because we want it on top of this one. And now it puts this new watch list, which is practice 2, as an overlay on top of the other one, and we need to place it ourselves. Now to place this thing, we will take our mouse and we'll put it at the top bar there of this new watch list. So what we'll do is we'll left click and hold it in, and now you can see a couple of things happen on your screen here. There's a lot of arrows here. If I move my mouse without releasing now, if I move my mouse to the left, you can see that shaded area. If I had to release my mouse now, it'll put that watch list there. The same on the right hand side. If I do that, it's going to put it there, or it's going to put it at the bottom or at the top. But now I want it to fill the other watch list at the bottom. So if I put it in the center, you can now see that light blue area covers the whole watch list, the practice watch list. That's where I want it. So now I'll release my mouse. And now what happens now? If you look at the bottom here, you can see there's two tabs. There's still only one tab at the top. So that tells me the other one was was successfully put on top of the previous one. So if I go and click on that tab, I will see that that is the practice watch list. If I click on that tab, we'll now see that that's a practice 2 watch list. We definitely have both of them on top of each other. So now let's put another one there. Let's open a new tab there. Now we know by now, we go to components, we go watch list, and let's create a third one. And now we'll just stick to practice, and we go practice 3. We say yes, and here's that question again. And now we're going to tell it no, because we want a new tab there. So we hit no, and there's the new tab. I can now right click and rename it to practice 3, just because it's practice 3. And now I can see here I've got practice 3 with its own tab there. If I look at the bottom, there's no other tabs here. That tells me this watch list has only got one watch list. There's no other watch list on top of it. And then if I go back to that one, I can see at the bottom here, I still have my practice and my practice 2 watch list open here. So let's say I made a mistake, man. I didn't want this practice 3 to be a watch list on its own. I actually wanted to put it on top of those 2. So I need to close this one and then open it on top of the others. Now if you want to close a watch list, you simply click on it, right click, and you just say close. Now I've only got the one watch list open again with the 2 watch lists on top of each other. So let's put practice 3 on top of this. I think now you already know we go to components, we go to watch list, and now we can open an existing watch list. So we can say let's open practice 3, and we say open, and there's that question again asking us, and now we're going to say yes, because we want to put it on top of this one. So we go yes. And there it is. So what do we do now? Now we go straight to the middle, because that's what we know we want. And there you have it, and you release it. Down the bottom here, I've got 3 watch lists now. I've got practice 3, I've got practice 2 at the top there, and I've got practice on its own. Now I decide, but you know what? I actually want practice 3 on this side and practice on this side. I will just left click and hold this in and move it to the right. And what have I got there? Then I've got to put my mouse there, left click, hold it, and put it there. Now I can see I've got practice 3, practice 2, and practice on the right hand side. So basically that's how you open a watch list, and that's how you open multiple watch lists. Now to complete our layout, we're going to open 3 other watch lists now. Now these 3 watch lists that I'm going to open now, you're not really going to need now. You're going to use this when you go into live trading. And it'll be explained to you a week before you start your live trading. But just to complete our layout, we are going to open them now and put them onto this layout. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to main, and then we're going to go to orders, or let's start this side, positions. We're going to say positions. And now because we want a new tab, we're not going to put that on top here. We say no. And I've got my positions tab there. We go to main, and I go orders, and I say no, and I've got my orders tab there. Then I'm going to go to main again, and I say account viewer, and I say no. Now I've got my account viewer there. So now what I have here, on the account viewer, they'll explain to you, as I said, just a week before you go live trading, but just to enlighten you a bit, you're going to see your name here with your account details here. Your open cash, if you put 20,000 Rand in your account to start with, that's going to reflect here. And then everything else here, if a margin will be explained to you, that's a deposit. So if you go into trades, it's going to show you all of that. And then you got the nice one here that says gross profit and loss. And let's hope that you're going to turn this column into $1 million in the not so distant future. So this will be explained later on. Orders form, just in short, you're going to place orders in the market, and some of them won't be filled immediately, and those orders will be on this here. And then some of the orders will be filled, and then your order turns into a position, meaning you're in a trade now, and that trade will be in here. It'll show the contract, which company you bought, how many you bought, if you bought, whether you sold, and all that. And again, this will be explained to you about a week before you go live trading. Just to come up now, we now have 4 watch lists at the top there. This watch list has 3 on top, and then those 3 watch lists on its own. So each watch list is a watch list on its own, but together they make the layout. So this here, we can maybe call the main practice layout. So we need to save this in case something goes wrong with Diro, and I can just load this layout again. So let's go and we save this layout. So we're going to go to layout, and then we're going to say save layout. And because this is the first time that we're saving this layout, you can see you don't find it there. So what we're going to do is, let's go and we say main. I can see in practice I've already created that name there for you. So we just click on it and we say main practice, and we go save. Of course it will ask me, and I'll say yes. So now you can see, if I go to layout and I say save layout, it is safely there. So now I've saved the layout. So, and that is it. So now what we've done is, let's see what we've done in this video. We now understand a little bit more why we need a watch list and why it is important. We know how to open that watch list and how to rename it. We've seen how we can open multiple watch lists on top of each other, or with its own new tab. And we've learned how to close a watch list. We've seen how to open an existing watch list, and then we've opened our account viewer and our orders watch list and our positions watch list. And we understand that these 3, your account viewer, your orders, and your positions watch list, will be explained in detail about a week before we go live. And then lastly, we've saved a layout. Now, in the next video, we'll be working with a watch list again, and we're going to add some companies to these watch lists. So I'll see you in the next video.